Hey guys, this is Therapist Gamer here, and I want to take an opportunity to introduce myself and introduce this channel to you. This is a video entitled, What's the Mental Health and Gaming Channel? The Mental Health and Gaming Channel is going to be a place to explore the intersection of mental health, video games, and technology. I want to kind of give a short little introduction about myself. I'm a practicing psychotherapist, and I have been so for the past 24 years or so. I work with all types of clients. I have a few certain types of clients that I really enjoy working with and have worked with on many occasions over the years. One of those specialties is working with adolescents and the parents of adolescents. Love to work with adolescents and their families. Just get a big kick out of helping those families get on the right track. Another type of client that I really enjoy working with is adults, particularly young adults that struggle with depression. You know, if you work in mental health, you're going to run into depression over and over again. It's just kind of the common cold of the mental health field. So those are two of the primary types of clients that I enjoy working with. Like I said, I've been doing this for many years, and I've kind of started to notice some trends, particularly over the last, I would say, 10 years or so. Really since gaming and technology, particularly the portable and mobile technologies like smartphones and tablets and that type of electronics have taken off. One of the trends that I've really started to see is an increased number of adults and kids that are using gaming as a primary coping skill. I'm big on the topic of coping skills. One of my main ways that I work with clients is through what I call stress management. Stress management is basically assisting clients in managing the stress in their lives. And I say managing rather than eliminating, because usually it's a matter of balancing that stress out. We're constantly taking stress and putting it into other areas, taking it from one area or putting it into other areas, or balancing it out by taking stress from short-term areas and putting it into long-term areas and that sort of thing. We're constantly doing this, but one of the things that I work on with clients is this idea of stress management. And one of the things that I see over and over again, particularly from kids and young adults, is the use of video games and gaming in general as a primary coping skill. And when I say a primary coping skill, I mean this is really a primary coping skill for these clients. Gaming becomes the sole way that they deal with stress in their life, or at least the sole conscious way that they deal with stress in their life, and that can often cause some problems. So one of the things that I often work on is this idea that we've got to balance that out with some other ways of dealing with stress. But the thing that I've noticed, along with this increase in the number of adults and kids that are using gaming as a primary coping skill, is the idea that this is correlating with higher incidence of depression, anxiety, and what used to be called malaise in the old days. But nowadays we sort of call it low motivation, and another term called anhedonia, which basically means you don't receive pleasure from the things that used to give you pleasure. The other thing that I want you to know about me is that I am a gamer. Gaming has always been a huge part of my life. It's one of my passions, and along with my job, it's one of the things that I spend a good bit of time of my life taking part in. I enjoy gaming. I love it, and I hopefully will always utilize gaming as one of the ways that I deal with stress. I want people to understand that my goal here is not to try and get anyone to stop playing video games, and I'm not implying that gaming is dangerous or harmful. Just like with any other hobby, there can be too much of it or not enough of it. There needs to be a healthy balance. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to focus on with this channel. But we'll get into that later on down the road. I want this channel to be a place to address any and all topics that are related to gaming, tech, and mental health. I've got several videos planned. I've got a pretty good roadmap that stretches out at least several months at this point. So I've got several videos planned, and hopefully those videos can gain enough of an audience that we can start to make suggestions and add to the discussion. And hopefully you guys can start to ask some questions that I can incorporate into some of these videos and start answering some of those questions that you might have. As sort of an expert in the field, hopefully I can offer some insight that you may not be able to get from other sources. Some of the topics that I'm definitely going to be addressing over the course of the next few weeks and or months is some of those topics include things like gaming and addiction, gaming and depression. Do games cause violence or violent behavior? How do you deal with a loved one or a kid that's gaming too much? And would I ever suggest that someone give up on gaming completely? I want to address each one of those topics more in depth in their own individual videos, or maybe a series of videos. And I hope to hit each one of those as we go. If you guys have any other ideas, please let me know. Because I want to take you guys' ideas into consideration, and I definitely want to address what you want to learn about and discuss. Another function of this channel is I want it to be as a resource and a community hub where gamers can come to get assistance for mental health needs that they might be struggling with. Now, I can't really function as a therapist for anyone here, unfortunately, because of ethical guidelines. I have to be one of you, although I can function as an expert, just given my experience and the fact that I've had an interest in gaming and the mental health concerns that go along with it for many years now. So that said, even though I can't be a therapist for anyone, hopefully myself and others can point people in the right directions and point people to the resources that they need in order to get the help that they need with the issues that they're dealing with. I recognize as a community, gamers struggle with the same mental health issues that everyone else does, and perhaps, as we will discuss at a later date, perhaps in many ways they struggle with more of the mental health issues that others deal with. At present, I do want to keep my personal and professional identity a little separate from this channel. It's not that I'm going out of my way to hide it, but as of right now, I think what the important thing is not who I am or what my name is, but just know that I am a professional in the field, and I hopefully know what I'm talking about in a lot of these instances, and on a lot of these topics. Finally, I do want to lay out some basic ground rules for how I want the channel to operate. At the present time, I want to have one main rule when it comes to discussions and interactions with one another and with me on the channel. I think everyone has a voice and everyone's got something important to say, and I encourage people to express dissenting opinions, and I want to have discussions about those opinions, because I think that's how we learn. And that's how we grow. But those discussions need to be kept civil. Personal attacks towards other people, other YouTube users, or myself won't be tolerated. They aren't cool. And even though the internet and YouTube offer anonymity to a certain extent, which many people take as a license to hurt other people and say hurtful things, I reserve the right to delete those comments. I don't think those comments will have a place in this community. If you want to do that, go to another channel. I want to be involved with the community, and I want this to be a place where we feel camaraderie. I certainly feel camaraderie with my fellow gamers, and I want this to be a place where people can come and feel safe, to feel like they're not going to be attacked for who they are or what they say. I hope this channel can grow and become a useful resource. And finally, I want to say thank you to everyone that is participating or will participate in the channel, and I hope to talk again with everyone very soon. I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.